everyone, welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and this is...
Pat McDonald, and we're here to conclude our playthrough of Stuffed Fables.
Are we? Are we going to finish it in this episode?
Yes, we are. I know, because of my psychic powers.
And because we've played this scenario before. You're right. This is going to be the end of the chapter. Actually, I've played this scenario, the specific one, a few times before, and every time I've played, it's been different. There's a couple of pages in this playthrough that we haven't even seen yet. So,
and neither is Pep.
It's very surprise for you. A surprise for you guys if you end up playing it.
And did you play as Flops all the times?
No, actually I played as Stitch in one of the playthroughs.
That's unbelievable!
I did not have that voice in my head at the time when I was playing it, but I will now every single time I play it, and so will you, most likely. Anyway, the last time we ended this episode, we left the viewers with a choice, as usual, either to ambush some travelers that we saw, or press on. I'm happy to report that press on, which I advocated for, had a very strong showing.
Unfortunately, ambush had almost twice as many.
That's right, even way more. You know what, I'm happy for that, because I kind of wanted to see what the ambush was going to be, too.
I haven't seen what the press on is, so I actually wanted to see that one.
Okay, well, there you go.
We should have switched.
We should have swapped, but it doesn't matter, because now Pep's going to read us a little bit of story to tell us what happens during this ambush.
The Stuffies hid in the trees and prepared for a fight. They soon spied dark shapes moving up the forest path. But they were not the enemies they expected. It was a ragtag group of toys, and they appeared to be dragging wounded comrades along with them.
"We're too tired,"
one of the travelers insisted.
"We'll never make it like this."
The weary band pressed together, prepared to meet whatever foul force approached them. Rodney, we need to reveal a sleep card.
She's still sleeping.
Perfect. The travelers cried out in shock as Stitch and company dropped from the trees.
"We'll help you escape,"
Lumpy called. Working together, they lifted the wounded and urged the strangers to hurry with them down the path. The travelers managed to keep pace, despite their severe injuries.
All right, well, now the scenario is telling us that if we want to, we can pluck a little bit of stuffing out of ourselves and give them, it's not as painful as it sounds, and give it over to these weary travelers who need some help. And if we do that, we'll get a heart. Do you want to do that? Oh, I see you do.
Theodora is definitely willing.
Okay, Theodora. I think Flops will do the same, pluck a little stuffing out, and for that, we each get a heart.
Oh, perfect.
One for you.
And one for me.
No, this one's mine. You almost tricked me there. So we each have a little extra hearts going into this. And you are the first player.
So it's time for me to draw some dice.
That's right.
All right, I've got hooja!
A green, a blue, and a white.
All right, and two more.
No black, no black, no black.
Ooh, pink and a red.
A wild and a...
Purple and a red.
purple and a red. All right, so let's go to the table and see how Pep wants to use these. Actually, Pep, before we get started, I just want to give you this red die to put back on here because you threw this away during your last episode after using it to defend, and you should have kept it. Do you know why?
Because I blocked all the damage. And it's funny, I should have remembered that because I got my ability from the sand bucket from blocking all the damage too.
Well, thankfully our viewers helped us out with that one, but now you can continue your turn.
Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to have a lot of use for these red dice anyway because there's no monsters out here. What are we supposed to do?
Okay, well, there's a lost token here. I'm kind of keen to go check that out myself, actually. But there's also like a hut and a point of interest right in front of the door, so maybe that's where you should head over.
Theodora does think that hut looks interesting.
But you have to roll that white die first to see if you get some stuffing.
Ooh, this should be a little easier because we just threw some away.
You'll need a 4 or higher.
Oh, not enough.
Not enough. Well, all's not lost. You still have some other dice that you can use here.
So true. Well, if you're going to handle that lost token, I'll just use this blue die as movement so I can try to get closer to that hut over there.
Theodora, you're not messing around. You're just leaving Flops behind.
Yeah, that was easily enough to get there.
Well, this means it's time for some more story text. Let's see what Theodora found.
The hut appeared to be a child's playhouse, though it appeared broken down and disjointed. Upon inspection, the door proved to be locked. Thea pounded on the door. From inside the hut, a grumpy voice was heard.
"Go away."
"Please," begged Thea. "We have friends in need."
"What's the password?"
the voice asked. "Password?" Thea yelled incredulously. "Our lives are in danger out here." A small hatch opened near the bottom of the door, and a painted face on a withered corn husk looked up at you angrily.
"Password!"
she demanded.
Well, now we're being told that we have to persuade this doll to let us inside, which is going to require a yellow perception die check with a difficulty of 13. Pep, you've got no yellow dice.
No, I do have this one purple though, so I'm going to use that.
Good plan. Let's see a high number.
Yeah, I want to get us started off well.
Yeah, well...
3's not so bad.
Not so bad. Just 10 more to go. But you do have these 2 dice left over. What are you going to do with those?
Now that I'm finally courageous, I'll put the red die there, and the green one will go to you.
I think that brings us to the end of Theodora's turn. All right, Flops is on the table here now, and I'm going to draw my 5 dice out of the bag. I've got, let's see.
Oh, it's great so far.
Pretty good, pretty good. And one black die. Sorry about that, Pep. We have a die that we're going to have to add to the threat track.
Before you do that, I'm going to use my words of motivation to make you put those dice back in the bag and draw out some more.
Oh, yes, your earned ability.
Indeed, and it does cost me one of my hearts.
And this is good because not only are we getting rid of this threat, but I didn't get any yellow dice, and we kind of need those if we're going to persuade that doll. All right, back in they go. We'll try this again. Let's see, we've got a purple and a red. We've got a green and a black.
Oh, no, still no yellow.
What is going on? And a purple.
I could get you to do it again, but you know what? I'm going to save that for more of an emergency.
All right. Well, I'll assign this one here to the threat track. And don't worry, Theodora, I'm on my way. I'm going to roll this die up to get some movement.
Oh, lots of it. You can easily make it to me.
Yeah, but I see something over here I want to check out first. Hop, 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 hop.
I love that.
I got to check out what that lost token is. I'll be right there, Theodora. All right, Pep, what is Flops discovered?
You have encountered some monkey business.
Ooh.
You picked a grinning monkey from the mud. I need you to say, "Hello, little lady."
Hello, little lady.
You said, but to your horror, the monkey began clanging her cymbals together.
Oh, no.
Bing, bing, bing.
All right.
You have a choice. Do you give it a stuffing to put between the cymbals and quiet the noise?
Or can I just put it back in the mud?
Yeah, you can just walk away.
Oh, no. Flops doesn't like to squash someone's creative efforts. We'll let the monkey clang on.
All right, so you're going to walk away?
Yeah, I'll walk away with my hands pressed against my ears.
So, if you walk away, you have to draw 5 dice from the bag and place any threat die you find onto the threat track.
This is what happened to you.
I know.
Except 5
it's
dice.
so much worse.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, you let the clanging happen. You attracted something.
Is there an option to take stuffing and just jam it in my ears instead? Can I do that?
Oh, you can do that too, but that's not going to make the monsters not come.
Son of a... All right. Blue die.
Blue.
All right. Let's get 2 this time. White and orange. Oh, so far
Red,
so
but
good.
that's
Come on,
good.
Flop. Oh, there's a black die. Ugh. And a blue die. So we do have to put one on the track. And that means we have as many threat dice as the number of stuffies.
Right, so at the end we're going to be triggering a threat.
Son of a stupid monkey. All right, let's go back to the table. I'll see if I can do something good with the rest of my turn. All right, with the clanging in my ears finally going away, it's time for me to help with this group task, I think. I'm going to use one of these wild dice here and roll it up to contribute.
Not so good so far.
Yeah, I guess I didn't make a very persuasive argument to the puppet to let us in. That's okay, I'm gonna try one more time. Let us in, you magnificent puppet, you!
Oh gosh.
I guess that flattery was not what the puppet was looking for. We are now a total of 6.
So we need 7 more.
Oh boy. Well, I could use this die to move, but I think I will save it because some threats are coming, and this is a good color for me to attack with.
Well, and with all your dice spent, it means it's time for us to check threat.
And yes, there's threat equal to the number of stuffies. So the scenario surge effect says that we have to generate a random encounter with mongrels.
All right, so we'll just randomly deal these out here.
One of them has to be a leader, which Pep, I guess we'll put by you.
Oh, perfect.
And we have another spawn point down here for the other mongrel.
And now they attack.
Oh, these look terrifying. The leader is first. We'll have to roll a die to see what it does.
Well, it's probably going to attack me, so why don't I roll that?
All right, Pep, do us the honors.
Hopefully this isn't too bad.
Well, let's go find out.
This means that it's going to perform a rush. So first of all, it'll move towards whatever the closest stuffy is, up to a total of 7. So that's easy. It's going to move 1.
Didn't have to rush very far. You can attack 1 space away, which will be Theodora.
And it'll do 5 damage.
Okay, Theodora, time to defend yourself from that mongrel.
Oh, not quite enough.
Oh, but you did keep yourself from being collapsed.
And I actually blocked a little more than it looks like, too, because my sandbucket helmet gives me a +1.
Oh, so you're only going to lose 1 piece of stuffing.
That's right.
That's not so bad at all. But because you didn't block all of the damage, you do lose this die. Now it's time to see what that other mongrel's going to do. Hopefully, this is the tamer of the 2 mongrels.
Ooh, looks like you're getting used as a chew toy.
That's right, I did roll a 3, which means it's activating the chew effect. This says that if a stuffy loses stuffing from this attack, they become torn, which is one of the conditions. That sounds terrible. Well, now with his 4 movement, he's going to go to the stuffy that's actually closest to him. He could make it to Theodora, but I am closer, only 3 spaces away. So we'll move him to here, and now his attack does 5 damage, so hopefully I can block that with some of my defense.
So close.
Ooh, didn't quite defend all of it. I will lose 1 stuffing, and unfortunately this means I will be taking the torn condition. So this torn condition says that this stuffy cannot gain stuffing anymore.
Oh, that's not good.
No, but I can remove it if I have an item or if another stuffy who's adjacent to me has an item with the fix keyword. Or if I have a button, I can discard that to remove this. Well, I would like to remove this, but I don't have an item with the keyword fix. So I can't do it that way.
Neither do I.
No. But I do have a button. Unfortunately, it's my last button, and it is my favorite color button. But if I have to remove it that way, then I will.
Well, don't worry. I actually have an ability, Persevere. I can spend a heart,
Okay.
and I can remove one or more status effects, one of those status cards.
Oh, nice. So
yeah, so I can
will you
just
do that for me?
Yeah,
and
I can
keep
just
my
get
button?
rid of that. And
Perfect.
You know what? It says one or more.
I only have one.
Courageous. Well, Courageous is a status card too, isn't it?
Yes, but I don't want you to remove that. I have a die stored on there.
I don't know. I think I might want to remove it.
Listen, there's no trader mechanic in this game. You can't remove. I mean, you could, but don't. Please don't.
I don't know. Maybe the little girl will be happier if she only has to love one
Oh,
stuffy.
you want to take all the love.
I
from
think
the little
I want
girl.
all the love. So I am going
No,
to remove
no.
Courageous,
Are you serious?
which will throw this die away.
Jerry, help me out here. Designer of this game, you didn't intend this to happen, right? I can't really argue with your logic. It does say remove statuses.
It's done.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I don't know how I feel about this. Well, I mean, look, if you need help defeating these mongrels, maybe I'll just go find that monkey and start a band.
Ooh.
There you go. All right, well, if this is what we're doing, let's go back to the table. We'll see what happens next. I can't believe it just happened there. Pep, go ahead and draw your dice for this turn.
All right.
I hope you get a bunch of blacks.
Oh, there's the yellows I
Oh,
need.
yeah.
And a blue and a purple.
What else are you going to get here?
Oh, black.
One black die.
Well, that's going to go right here.
All right, Pep, what do you want to do first?
I'm going to attack this leader mongrel.
All right, well, I'll put the die tray here for your roll. And by the way, this is a dice tray from Dogmite Games, just in case you're wondering where it came from.
That's a great time to mention it while we're fighting mongrels.
All right, let's hope the might of the dog helps us. Which die are you going to roll here, Pep?
Well, I'm going to use the red from my Courageous.
Just rubbing it in, aren't you, that I don't have mine anymore?
A little bit.
That's cruel, Pep. That's really cruel. Anything else?
Yeah, I better use this purple die too.
Right, you're going to need to roll a 7 or higher.
And I'm getting a +1 from my meat mallet because I'm using one red die.
So 6 or higher.
I believe in myself. I think I can do it.
Oh, you super did it.
Easily.
You know what's even worse about this? Now there's only one threat die left, and one threat. The other mongrel's going to activate if I don't get rid of it.
And a little bit more humorously, I defeated a leader, which means I'll become courageous again. I'm stealing all the courage.
Thankfully, you can't be double courageous, but you do get an extra button. But your turn's not over yet. You have some more dice you can use. Maybe you can persuade that puppet to let us in.
I'll do my best. Let's see.
Well, Pep, you rolled a 6, but it wasn't on screen, so why don't you just roll that again?
Yeah, I don't want people thinking I'm cheating, I guess.
Oh, a 3. Well, that almost gets us halfway there. Now we need to get 4 on the other die.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to roll this one too. Let me in.
You banged on that door so hard, she decided to let you in.
She should have let me in earlier. I had a mongrel attacking me.
You're kind of a mean puppet, wasn't she?
Well, now that the door's open, it's time to learn a little bit more about her.
Over to the reading corner, Pep.
Gah, fine already.
Grumped the doll. She slammed the hatch shut, and there was a sound of numerous bolts and latches being undone. Finally, the door swung wide, and she allowed everyone inside.
All right, well, now we're told that we can remove this door token and then add a couple of lost tokens into this room, which represents the travelers that we came across during that ambush. Well, Pep, I see you do have one last blue die there.
I do, and I could use it to just move on out of here and probably escape
You could.
without you.
You'd leave me there with that terrible mongrel.
But I guess I know you don't have anything to defend yourself with.
I don't.
So that's going to tear you apart.
Inside and out.
Inside
it
and out.
really would.
You know what? I think Theodora looks back and
Yeah.
sees Flops in this dire situation and realizes that, the little girl just won't be quite as happy without the rest of the stuffies. In fact, I'm sure she'll be sad, and I don't want
Right.
to see my little girl. I don't want to see our little girl sad. So I am going to give
Oh, Pep, thank you.
give you this dice.
All right, I have some defense. That's really good. I needed that. Thank you for that change of heart, Theodora. All right, well, let's go back and see what's going to happen when this mongrel attacks. I do not want to be this mongrel's chew toy again. And hey, looks like I'm not going to be, because this time I rolled a 4, and that's a rush. So the mongrel doesn't have to move. It's already adjacent to me. But it will try to do 4 damage, which I can try to block.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Theodora. And look at that, a full block. I don't lose any stuffing, and I get the die back.
That's going to be helpful because now it's your turn.
All right, first I got to return all the dice from the discard pool back into the bag. And now I need to draw 5 new dice. And I do not want to see any black dice. And thank goodness there aren't any. I even have a chance here to get a little stuffing back. I just need a 2 or higher.
6 will do it.
Ah, that feels better. And I could try to attack this mongrel, but you know what? Flops is a little too scared for that. Instead, I think I'm just going to try to move. I'm going to run for that cabin. Get away from me, you stupid dog! Coming through, Theodora! And now Pep will read us point of interest number 2.
My name is Marietta.
The old cornhusk doll said. She reached out a husk hand and ran it over Flops's fabric.
Yes, you're much too fresh.
We're not from around here.
Flops told her.
Well, that much is obvious. Oh,
Her black painted eyes went wide.
you fell.
Flops nodded.
Peculiar events.
Marietta muttered.
We're desperate to get home.
Flops told her.
Can you help us?
I can help.
Marietta taught Flops a secret rhyme, which is powerful and will see them safely home.
You have made me all proud,
Said Stitch.
If we would like to return home to the child, all we need to do is stand in a circle and hold pause before reciting the words Marietta taught us.
All right, Pep, what happens next?
It says that depending on whether the child was asleep or awake, there are 2 different possible endings.
Well, I'm happy to report the child is still sleeping. She's out like a light.
Perfect. Well, let's flip to the end and let you read the conclusion.
Happy to. In a flash of light, the Stuffies arrived back in the little girl's bedroom and emerged from underneath the bed.
I'm very proud of you all.
Stitch said.
You acted bravely. I could not be more delighted to serve with such honorable stuffies.
But Lumpy sat up with a puzzled look on his face.
What about Crepitus?
He asked.
You told us we could ask you when we got home, Mr. Stitch.
Stitch sat up and cleared his throat.
There is a myth about Crepitus.
Said the older Stuffy.
It says Crepitus and his brother are 2 halves of the moon. The myth says that Crepitus grew jealous of his brother, for his brother was beautiful silver and a champion of dreams, loved by everyone. The myth also says that Crepitus let his anger change him. He felt he lived in his brother's shadow, and so became a thing made of shadows. He is a champion of nightmares.
Parents, hissed Lumpy in warning. He leaped into a corner of the bed with Flops and Stitch, and Theodora dove into the little girl's arms just as the doorknob turned. Mummy walked into the room humming a gentle wake-up song. She opened the curtains and let the sweet sunlight fall into every corner of the room. But when she turned, she saw her daughter's blankie lying on the floor. It was covered in a variety of stains, and one corner had been completely ripped off. And Mummy just stood there, looked at her daughter, looked back at the blanket, and all she could say was, "What?"
I think Mommy might be onto us.
Pep, I think you're right. I mean, we've shown up with a stained blanket. I've got some tears in me that have been patched up.
Yeah, we got a bunch of, a meat mallet, a sand bucket, you got baby shoes.
I even brought back a dinosaur with me.
I'm hoping we left those behind.
Maybe so. That mother, she's pretty clever. We have to be careful. But that is story 1 of Stuffed Fables. And there's even more to discover. There's story 2 and 3 and 4, all the way up to 7. But we'll leave those for you to discover on your own. If you have any questions, though, about anything you saw here, feel free to put them in the comments below. And until the next episode,
Thanks for watching.
hey, everyone.
I'm wearing
welcome.
a tie.
What? You want a tie?
No, I feel like I'm wearing one for some reason.
Okay. You're
Like it's a ghost tie.
Okay, ghost tie. Yank.
Pet McDonald, and we're here to conclude our playthrough of Stuffed Fables.
Are we? Are we going to conclude it?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, we've played it before.
Sure.
So, you had a piece of dust.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and this is, you're unsure, oh, you had a longer wave to do?
Yeah, I was
You
still
wave,
waving.
You sprinkled a little wave over the table.
Yeah, you gotta sprinkle the wave in.
Oh God.
It's a new wave.
I don't want any
new-
more.
like new
I've
wave
seen enough
music.
waves. I've seen enough. Hey everyone, welcome back to Watch It. No.
Double?
No, that's stupid.
I am like a bird.
Look,
I don't want to fly away.
I've gotten used to the other thing. You can't throw a second wave in. You can't do it.
I don't know where my home is. All right, well, let's have you go to the end of the book and read the conclusion. then.
I'd be happy to. See you, Pep. Just almost waved out there. The chair started to go on me. Let's do that one more time. Well, Pep, you've got one blue die left there, which you could use. Where is that blue die? 2, 1. 2.